Next on MSG Rivals. Are they blood or are they water?
Not much competition here.
Oh, spare me. You're up one.
Ron, you were talking a lot of trash, man, but
I know.
Nikki's right there with you.
Fails to deliver as always.
Wax on, wax off.
That's my jump shot. Fire all the time.
Any guesses, Ron and Nikki? That's from downtown, man.
That's all day, man. Buckets.
How do you pronounce this player's name? What's up, everyone? This is MSG Rivals Battle of the Fans, and I'm your host, Cam Smith. Welcome to the only sports trivia show where we reward our winning contestant with some cool prizes. But if you lose with us, well, we have some consequences that you have to pay. And trust me, you do not want to catch an L with MSG Rivals. So today, our episode is titled Dissin Cousins, and we have a spicy rivalry that's been that for a long time. So no more talking from me. Let's meet our contestants.
Hey, my name is Nicole Thomas, and I'm the biggest Knicks fan of all time. So much so, I even represent the Knicks on my socks.
Hey, I'm Ron from Brooklyn, New York. I'm one of the coolest Knicks fans you'll ever meet. You want to know who's not cool? Nikki.
I'm from Astoria, New York, and I'm here to go up against my cousin Ronnie, who claims to be the biggest Knicks fan, but the jury's definitely still out on that one.
She may be my cousin, but we come from an extremely competitive family. Can you even shoot, Nicole?
I can definitely kick his butt in any kind of trivia that has to do with the Knicks. That's for sure.
We're going head to head on MSG Rivals. I'm Nicole's idol, and I'll win the title.
I love it. Ron, were you in training? Did we need some motivational music playing in the background while you were on the mic?
Definitely some Rocky theme music, and let's get going now.
I think that he needed to shoot on that baby hoop to make him look cool, because having him shoot on anything that's adult size, he tends to airball.
And so Ron and Nikki, who's up, who's down in these one-on-one games back in the day from you both?
Ronnie has actually been known to cheat and fudge the scores a little bit. So I'm definitely up. He might say otherwise, but he cannot be trusted. So
Nikki's actually a sore loser. I won plenty of times, and while doing my victory lap, she actually hit me with the basketball in my back. There you go.
And you deserved it. Thank you very much.
That's the spicy rivalry I was talking about between our Dissin cousins. Let's get into our rules of the road, and we're going to start you off with our rivals round, and that's something you're going to be familiar with because it's a head-to-head competition between you two. Now, the winner of that rivals round advances to our crunch time round with that chance to win some cool prizes. But if you lose, well, we got a consequence waiting for you, and it's a big L, and we'll get to that consequence a little later in the show. So our first question is titled Counting Cousins. So we will show you a photo with a pair of NBA players. You get 1 point for answering this question correctly. So Nikki, we're gonna go with you first, all right?
All right.
Are these two players cousins? Stephon Marbury and Sebastian Telfair.
I am going to go with no.
You're going with no, Sebastian and Steph. Ooh, Nikki, you're starting off on the wrong foot. They are cousins. Sebastian and Stephon are cousins, two Lincoln High School legends. You got to know that. You're from Brooklyn. You're supposed to know this.
I didn't watch
let Brooklyn down, Nick. You let the whole borough of Brooklyn down.
All right, Ron, you're up next. Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. Are they blood or are they water?
Blood.
Going with blood? Ron's confident in that answer. Yes, they are blood. Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter are cousins. You are
Absolutely.
right on that. Nikki, here's your chance to redeem yourself. Next up, Devin Booker and D'Angelo Russell. Now that's a good picture. Could be some family vibes in there, or maybe not. What do you think?
I'm going to go with no on that one.
Going with no. You got it right. Congratulations, Nikki. Welcome to the game. It is now tied. All right, Ron, here we go to finish this question off. Channing Frye and Tobias Harris. And we know Frye is a former Knick. Tobias Harris, a Long Island boy. What do you think?
I'm going to go with no.
Going with no? Ron, they are cousins. Even I was fooled on this one. I thought they weren't, but no, they are cousins. All right, so we are tied after our first question. Let's move on to our next, all right? So at 41 years, 2 months, and 16 days, Who holds the record as the oldest player to wear a Knicks uniform in a regular season game? Is it A, Kirk Thomas? Is it B, Herb Williams? Is it C, Jason Kidd? Or is it D, Rasheed Wallace? Let me see what you're answering with. Nikki's going A, Ron's going B. Ron, you got it right. It is Herb Williams. You are correct on that one. You are up 1.
Not much competition here.
Oh, spare me. You're up 1.
All right, let's move on to our next question. So Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau worked with the Knicks first as an assistant. So who was the Knicks head coach when the team first hired Tibbs as an assistant coach? Is it A, Don Nelson? Is it B, Pat Riley? Is it C, Jeff Van Gundy? Or is it D, Mike D'Antoni? Let me see them, Ron and Nikki. You're both going with C? Wow, you both got it right. It is C, Jeff Van Gundy. Ron, you're up 1. It's 3-2. Here's our next question titled Grab a Bite. So we'll play you a soundbite of a player or coach, and your answer must tell us who they are talking about. So let's hear that bite.
He's got a focus and a mentality that he is attacking all the time.
Here are your choices. Is it A, the late great Kobe Bryant's 61-point game in 2009? Is it B, Amari Stoudemire's 9th straight game with 30 or more points in 2010? Is it C, Linsanity, Jeremy Lin's 38-point game against the Lakers in 2012? Or is it D, LeBron James' monster 54-point, 9 rebound, and 11 assist domination in 2009? So there are your choices. You heard the bite from former head coach Mike D'Antoni of the Knicks. Ron and Nikki, let me see those answers. What do you got?
Can we hear the soundbite once more?
Smart man, Ron, smart man. Skyler, let's play that soundbite one more time for Ron and Nikki.
He's got a focus and a mentality that he is attacking all the time.
Let me see those answers. Ron's going with C, Nikki's going with A. Nicole, you got that one right. The drama is building. I love it. It is now tied. Ron, you were talking a lot of trash, man, but Nikki's,
I know.
Nikki's right there with you.
Fails to deliver as always.
As you can see, sound bites throw me off.
Because he's too busy talking.
Nikki, I love the confidence and the pose that you got right now. You're just like, I'm good. I'm ready to go. Well, I mentioned that consequence a little earlier in the show, and we'll get into the full details of that when we come back after the break. This is MSG Rivals, Battle of the Fans, with our Dissin cousins.
I'm used to Ronnie just always talking and not backing it up with anything, so he can go all he wants.
Congratulations, you are up 1.
Randall just gets it off and puts it in. His first triple double as an RC. Wow. Bang! Everything going in. Mitchell Robinson throws it down, and the Knicks win again.
Welcome back to MSG Rivals, Battle of the Fans. And I told you we had a spicy rivalry between cousins Ron and Nikki, and it's tied up all at 3. I mean, Ron, you came in talking a lot of trash, but I thought you would be up with the confidence, but it's tied right now. What's up, man?
You got to make it good for TV, so you got to give her a chance. What can I say, man?
Wow, Nikki, how you taking that? I mean, you can't really put any weight to that, right?
I mean, I'm used to Ronnie just always talking and not backing it up with anything, so he can go all he wants. But once again, I'll reference that tiny hoop. That's the level he's playing on.
I know I've been mentioning this consequence for the loser, and let's get into that. So it involves some handiwork and also some domestic duties. So, Ron, if you win, well, guess what? You're gonna have a date night in, and Nikki, you're gonna have to give Ron and his wife a nice meal for their date, but also you gotta babysit. All right, given the situation that's going on right now, they're gonna do a date night in, and Nikki, you gotta supply everything, the food, the time to the kids. So that's gonna be your consequence if you lose, Nikki.
Okay, I mean, I'm not even worried about it because I'm not gonna lose. So it's all good.
Well, let's get to Ron's consequence if he loses. So Ron, if you lose, Nikki, we know that you are a new homeowner, you have that, and I know there's some work to be done, right?
There sure is. Oh, it's a 2-family.
Wow. It's a
Three
two-family
stories.
home. 2 stories. So Ron, she threw that in because you're gonna have to paint the entire crib for Nikki. I'm sure you've seen the Karate Kid. You're an 80s baby, so
Wax on, wax off.
wax on, wax off. Paint the fence. Watch Karate Kid again, and you'll be able to kind of get those arm and wrist motions together. All right.
I'll end up winning, but I'm probably going to have to do it for her anyway because Nikki doesn't have any friends.
I'm just in the middle. I'm not choosing sides on that one. This is getting real spicy. All right. Let's get into this next question, and we're gonna get personal. So, Nikki, we talked about you being a new homeowner. I know you dabble a little bit in real estate, and I'm sure you've seen some famous homes from some celebrities. Okay, so we're gonna start with this mansion that is owned by a very famous number 23, and as of this taping, it's listed for a sale at close to $15 million. Nikki, who is that famous 23 right there? Is it A, Michael Jordan, or is it B, LeBron James? Who owns that home? It's a beautiful home too.
Oh, I'm gonna go with
You're going with A, Michael Jordan. Got it right. Congratulations. You are up 1, Nikki. Nikki's getting a little hot streak, Ron. Are you nervous a little bit?
Absolutely not. It's Nikki. Come on now.
He's used to it. That's my jump shot, fire all the time.
So Ron, I know one of your favorite hobbies is playing chess. You're a thinking man, and that's a thinking person's game. So with this question, we're going to bring up a very famous Nick and Larry Johnson. Now, Larry was the self-proclaimed chess master of the 2001 Knicks. So which of his Knicks teammates defeated LJ in their very first meeting on the chessboard? Is it A, Kirk Thomas, or is it B, Latrell Sprewell?
I'm going to have to go with B.
Going with B, Latrell Sprewell? Man, you know your Knicks and you know your chess. That is a great answer. Yes, you are right. Spree knocked off Larry Johnson in his very first chess match. So do you think you could hang with Spree on the chessboard, or could you hang with LJ?
Not a chance.
So let's move on to the next question. My favorite question of the show is titled, Who Dis? Okay, so Ron and Nikki, you got your pen and you have your paper ready, correct?
Yes.
All right, so we will show you a photo of a player and only reveal a portion of his face. So the sooner you answer, the more points you earn. But a wrong guess eliminates you from the question. So keep that in mind. All right, so here we go. This is a current NBA player, Ron and Nikki. Who dis? First reveal. See the thick headband and the bald head. It could be a number of players in the league that have that type of look up top. Any guesses, Ron and Nikki? Anybody want to take a stab, or you want to move on to the next reveal?
I'll take a stab. Why not?
Nikki's taking a stab. This is worth 3 points, Nikki. The game is tied. Nikki, who dis?
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. You know what? I thought it was Isaiah Thomas as well, but it's not Isaiah Thomas. You are eliminated from this question. And just so our viewers know, we're talking about the current Isaiah Thomas, not the old school Isaiah Thomas, all right? So, Nikki, unfortunately, you're eliminated. Ron, let's move on to the second reveal, or do you want to answer for the third reveal?
I'll take a stab at that.
Okay, 3 points on the line, Ron. Who are you going with?
You going with DeMarcus Cousins?
DeMarcus Cousins. Man, Ron, you got it right. That's a big time guess, Ron. That is a big time guess. It is Boogie Cousins. That's from downtown, man.
That's all day, man. Buckets.
Ron dialing up a 3 for 3 points. Now you're up 3. You're in control right now.
Let's get it, baby.
All right, Ron and Nikki, here's your next question, and it's titled, What's in a Name? So we will show you a photo of an NBA player and their name. Your job is to give us the correct pronunciation of that player's name, but you only get one shot to get it right. So Nikki, since you're down, we're gonna have you go first. And Nikki, pronounce this player's name.
That is Luke Bamute.
Luke Bamute. Well, we need a professional, an expert, to give us the correct pronunciation. And for that, we have Knicks radio play-by-play man, Ed Cohen.
You know, this one isn't as bad as it looks. The M is silent, so it's Luke Bamute. Luke Ba Mute. Actually went to Montverde Academy in Florida, same high school as R.J. Barrett.
Nikki, congratulations. You got that right. That's what I'm talking about.
I was a little nervous there, but not really. We'll see.
Ron, you're only up 2 right now. This is a
Okay.
chance for you to go up 3. So here we go. How do you pronounce this player's name?
I believe it's Jakob Pertl.
Jakob Pertl. Well, I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. We're going to let Ed Cohen tell you if you're right or wrong.
You know, he played at the University of Utah, so when you first look at his name, you might think Jakob Poltel, but it's Jakob Pertl. Jakob Pertl, first player from Austria ever taken in the NBA draft.
Nice. Congratulations, Ron. You add to your lead. Even I was going Jacob when I first saw his name and saw him play at Utah. So you know your basketball, man. You're back up.
Try.
I'm surprised Ronnie can read. That's
Whoa. I think you got to be family members to be able to throw out those type of jokes. If you're not family, then you can't do those type of jokes. All right, Nikki, you are up next. Let's see that picture of the NBA player. And Nikki, how do you pronounce this player's name?
that's Boban Marjanovic.
Boban Marjanovic. Ed Cohen, what do we got?
You know, his name is as imposing as his stature. 7'4", Boban Marjanovic. Boban Marjanovic.
It's Boban.
I see where you were thrown off a little bit with the A in his first name, but you know, it happens, Nikki. No worries, no
Yeah.
worries at all. Let's move on to the final name. And Ron, this is for you. Let's see if you can pronounce this player's name.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Ron, you answered that confidently. Let's see if you're right. Let's go to the expert in Ed Cohen.
All right, he's the Greek freak, 2-time MVP. You know, on Bucks radio broadcast, they actually call him the alphabet. But for our purposes, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Judges, are we correct on that? Ron's answer, Ed Cohen, did it match up?
No.
Ron,
Wow,
good try,
Ron.
man. Good try, but you didn't get that correct. Ron and Nikki, it's time for Stacks of Facts. And this is the game because there are multiple points on the line. So let me break this down to you. All right, you're going to have 4 players and only 5 facts. Okay, so you can only choose one player that matches up with all 5 facts. So I will reveal one fact at a time, and the sooner you guess, the more points you earn. So the first fact is worth 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, 2 points. You get it, right?
Right.
All right, I
Nikki,
do.
Nikki, since you're down 3, you might want to think about trying to answer early before we get under those 3 points, all right?
All right.
Keep
pressure's
this in
on.
mind, though, Ron and Nikki. An incorrect answer eliminates you from the question. Here are our choices. Choice A, R.J. Barrett. Choice B, Austin Rivers. Choice C, Kevin Knox. And choice D, Cole Anthony. Here is the first fact worth 5 points. This player entered the NBA as a teenager. 5 points on the line. Ron, Nikki, with those consequences in the back of your minds, who wants to answer?
I'll hold off for another fact.
Nikki's holding off. She's down 3, so she says, no, I don't want the 5 points. I'm going to play it safe. Ron, what about you?
I'll hold off for another fact.
Okay, both holding off. Here is the second fact worth 4 points. Dad was a teammate of former Knick, Charlie Ward. 4 points on the line, Nikki. You're down 3. This is like last second to the rim for the win. Do you want to answer?
I want to, but I don't want to lose. So I'm going to hold off for one more fact and hope Ronnie's just wrong.
All right. Ron, your hobby is playing chess. Do you want to continue playing chess and think about this before you make your move? Do you want to answer right now for 4 points?
I want to make this a little more interesting, so I'll hold on.
Right. Okay.
Well, I'm sure everybody watching appreciates the drama. Here's the third fact worth 3 points. Played high school basketball in Florida. Nikki, you're down 3. This is worth 3 points.
It sure is.
For the tie,
I'm going to go with, because, just got to throw it out there. I'm going to go with Austin Rivers.
Nikki, sorry, but it's incorrect. It's not Austin Rivers. It's Kevin Knox. And Ron, you move on to crunch time, man. Welcome to the final stage.
Let's get it.
And you got that date night in, so Nikki, you got to face the consequence.
Oh.
All in the reaction, all there. All right, we'll see if Ron can get those cool prizes coming up after the break.
Let's get it.
This is the Knicks Nook, the mini Mecca. Obviously, this year is going to be very different. Nothing captures the excitement of being at Madison Square Garden. At least I know that, I put together something really special. It is where I want to be when I'm not at the Garden.
Welcome back to MSG Rivals, Battle of the Fans, and we have arrived to crunch time where Ron has that opportunity for some cool prizes, but his cousin Nikki lost, so she has the consequence of giving Ron and his wife a nice meal while watching the kids. But Nikki, I have to ask you, what's going to be on the menu for dinner for Ron and his wife?
Ron doesn't have any taste, so I'll probably just bring by McDonald's.
Listen, nothing less than surf and surf over here.
Yeah, right. A number 2.
I'm going to explain the crunch time round to you. This is very important because if you get one question wrong, you're out. All right. So the questions get harder as we advance. So this is your opportunity to win those cool prizes. And multiple choice is gone, Ron. All right. So you get one prize for each correct answer. Okay. So if you need any help, though, Ron, we have a celebrity coaches call that you can use, but you can only use it one time. And here are your prizes for that first question. So I know that you and Nikki used to go at it back in the day with the hoop in the backyard.
Right.
So now, if you guys, get together one day and Nikki comes over, you can play a little basketball on the hoop on the door, right?
Nice.
So you got a nice Knicks basketball hoop with the basketballs to go with it, all right? So this is on the line for question 1.
You got it.
Here we go, Ron. Which Hall of Fame Knicks player set a franchise playoff record with 19 assists in Game 7 of the NBA Finals on May 8th, 1970, while he led the New York Knicks to its first ever NBA championship?
Walt Clyde the Glide Frazier.
Woo, with confidence, man. That's what I'm talking about. You got it right. It is Walt Clyde Frazier. This is coming home to you. So get ready, man. Get your shots up. All right, Ron. I mentioned the questions get harder as we move forward. So here is question number 2. Who set the Knicks rookie record for assists in a season with 868 helpers in his 1987-88 debut? And on the line, Ron, the prize is this very warm and comforting MSG fleece, all right?
Going to have to go with Mark Jackson there.
Mark Jackson. You know what, Ron? You know your Knicks history. That is correct. It is Mark Jackson. That's coming home to you. I'll just put this in the pile with the hoop and the basketballs, all right?
You got it.
And I'm impressed, Ron, because you haven't used your celebrity coaches call, and I'm sure you want to use it for this question because it is tough. Who holds the Knicks record for most assists in a single game with 22 dimes?
I'm going to have to use a lifeline and go to my coach's call on this one.
Ron is using his celebrity coaches call. And for that call, we have the 5-tool player from MSG Networks, our guy, Bill Pito. What's up, Billy P?
How's everybody doing, Ron? I can't believe you're using me now when I knew the first question for sure, and I knew the second question for sure.
I need your help, Bill.
Now?
You know what? Here is your only hint, Bill. The only hint is that this player attended Duke University.
Went to Duke, Ron. Come on, man. 22 assists.
A guy that you wouldn't expect really to get that amount of assists.
Chris Duhon.
All right, Bill Pito.
You're right. I'm going with Chris Duhon.
For the win, Chris Duhon.
Yes, Bill.
Yeah.
Right, Bill Pito. You got it right.
Bill, thank you, the legend.
Can I stay on? That was fun.
No, because you don't get any prizes, Bill. The prizes go to Ron.
Ron, I got to get the MSG Network swag up here, okay? And I'll help you anytime you want, as long as you send me that sweatshirt, okay?
I appreciate it. I don't think it fits me anyway.
All right, guys. Good to be on with you. Be
Thanks
good.
so much, Bill. We appreciate you.
Ron, here is your opportunity. And here are the envelopes that you can choose from. Will it be number 1 or number 2? Which one are you choosing from?
Because we got Obi Toppin this year, 8th pick selected. I'm gonna go with number 1, man. I'm gonna go with number 1.
All right, we are going with envelope number 1, and let's see what you didn't win.
Okay.
In envelope number 2. So in envelope number 2, Ron. Oh, it's a signed basketball from your first correct answer in crunch time, Walt Clyde Frazier.
Clyde Frazier.
Oh man, so you don't get this, but let's see what you did get since you picked envelope number 1.
Awesome.
And in envelope number 1, Ron, is a mug.
Wow.
You get a mug. It's a very lovely mug, and it has these words on it. Well, you know what, Ron? You were such a great sport. It was a phenomenal episode. I'm just going to throw in this signed Walt Clyde Frazier basketball for you, man. You deserve it.
I'll take it.
It's coming home with you. Thank you to everyone for watching MSG Rivals Battle of the Fans and our Dissin Cousins episode.
Hey, honey, you hungry? Loser's here.
Would you guys like a little bit more wine before I go check on the kids?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Glad I could be of service.